everyone, this is Isaac here, and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2023. The best way to describe Zack Snyder is that he's the dream of modern Hollywood. A lot of his output is really mid, yet somehow he was able to gain a massive cult from that. I can tell he's got some talent, but a lot of his movies are just kinda especially when he was at DC. Yet somehow people are still crying for him to come back despite the far more talented James Gunn being in charge over there now, and despite Snyder himself having moved on to other projects. Case in point, Rebel Moon. Given how Zack Snyder is one of the most notable directors out there at the moment, it was to be expected that Netflix had a fair amount of hope in this movie. In fact, this review is only on part 1, A Child of Fire. The second part, The Scargiver, comes out in April, and apparently Snyder is already developing a threequel. So there was a lot of ambition going into this franchise, and did it pay off in the end? Well, let's see what people had to say about that. Oh no. Man, that is really bad. Well, I guess the only opinion that truly matters here is my own, so what did I think of this movie? And it sucked. It really sucked. It sees a peaceful settlement on the edge of a distant moon finding itself threatened by the armies of a tyrannical ruling force known as the Motherworld, and Cora, a mysterious stranger living among the villagers, becomes their best hope for survival. Tasked with finding trained fighters who will unite with her and making an impossible stand against the Motherworld, Cora assembles a small band of warriors from different worlds who share a common desire for redemption and revenge. In other words, if you've seen any other sci-fi epics from the last few decades, chances are you've seen A Child of Fire. As much as it tries to make itself seem ambitious, it's a boring, contrived, and formulaic story that I've seen a million times before, and in turn, the movie just isn't interesting. The same also applies to the characters. All the actors, save for Anthony Hopkins, are super unenthusiastic in their performances, and there's practically nothing as far as character development and world building are concerned, where just as we might be able to learn more about this universe, we end up with hardly anything worth caring about in the end. Also, I'm very confused about this movie's tone. It has a PG-13 rating, yet it also has this one very uncomfortable scene of an attempted rape, in addition to there being a CGI tentacle hentai monster at one point. So who exactly is Snyder aiming for with this movie? Other than his cult, that is. And believe it or not, while A Child of Fire is super bare bones in the writing department, I do gotta give it some props for its production values because they're honestly pretty good. Sure, there's way too many slow-mo shots, par the course for a Zack Snyder production, but the CGI is great, the cinematography is gorgeous, the score by Snyder's frequent collaborator Tom Holkenborg is pretty solid, and the action scenes are decently well choreographed despite the unnecessary slow-mo. Personally, I just wish that the script for A Child of Fire got as much attention as the visuals, because then maybe it could have been a good movie. As it stands though, it's another generic sci-fi flick with terrible writing and non-existent character development. Obviously, unless you're a diehard Zack Snyder stan, I'd just recommend skipping this one altogether. And while I'll probably still watch The Scargiver for my 2024 review season, I have very little hope in it picking up the quality of this franchise. So I'll be giving part 1 of Rebel Moon a 3 out of 10. I get that's not too surprising given the quality of a lot of Snyder's modern output, but yeah, this one certainly wasn't very good. On the flip side, next time I'll be talking about something I actually liked with Migration. Are we sure this is from Illumination? Because I must say, this is their finest work since the Mario movie only a few months ago. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2023, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!